Welcome to episode 43 of the Perspective podcast. This is where we talk about music, life, and everything revolving around music because why wouldn't we? This is the best podcast in the UK, in the world in fact. And we're back again, 43rd week. We're consistent. This is the week that we started to do this perspective run. This time last year, we actually made the Instagram account, we made the YouTube account, we were starting with this run and we did it. And here we are, nearly a year in, and we're still going on talking about this stuff with our crazy ideas. And every year we're just getting better and better, even every little day, every episode we're getting better. And I always start by saying thank you for tapping into the episodes. We're going to start with the encouragement word of the day. If your life is looking like a desert, if it's looking dry, if you're having a dry season, just keep going because you never know what's going to happen. Something amazing is going to happen in the horizon. You just have to keep going. Don't stop. Don't give up because there's beauty in these moments because it really makes everything worth it. As you know or may not know, I don't have a car right now, so I'm having to get public transport. Horror. I'm not a fan of public transport unless it's I'm not a fan of public transport at all. I think it's dirty, honestly. I don't like public transport, but it has to be done and I'm not going to waste my money and get an Uber because it's like wasting time. It's wasting money when I could just get a £3, £5 journey total. I'll be getting public transport to go to work, to and from work. And I was getting the public transport back home from work and it was on the old buses, like the old ones and the ones that just stink, the ones that just, because it's raining and it's just that moist weather right now, cloudy. You see how all the buses just have a lot of condensation, like there's just so much around the mirrors, the windows, that you just can't see a single thing. It's just condensation everywhere. Just smell everywhere, alcohol smell everywhere, and I really was just deep in life. I was deep in life. Thank God the music was listening to was good because that was saving me. And then we got off the bus now, and it's literally raining, like heavy rain. Heavy rain is just falling, and then I'm just walking. I put my hood up. And I'm just like, yeah, let's just get home quickly. And there's this moment where I'm just annoyed and I just shout. I don't know what I say, but I just scream or shout or something. And I kid you not, as soon as I finished, I hit a puddle of just water, bro, from my foot to near enough to my shin. Water just covers that whole area. I'm just covered in water. And I just... when you just laugh, like you just think, yeah, what is this life? As soon as you let out your emotions and scream and then that just happens, I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I just thought, yeah, this is not it. But we kept walking in the rain. We're not in the mood, but we're just walking anyway, walking back home. It's like a 5-minute walk and we get back inside. And while we're getting back, I'm thinking, I know mom's going to be awake. And I know that she's going to stay up because she doesn't like to go sleep. I'm saying, bro, I love it a lot because it's like, I appreciate that, but you can go sleep. I'm no longer a little kid no more, but in their eyes, they're always going to see us as a kid. But then I'm thinking, do I just like smile and have a fake smile or do I just be me? And I was like, yeah, I can't lie. I don't even have the strength to put a smile or do anything. And we get in, I'm speaking to my mom and I'm not even speaking, I'm just putting my thumbs up, just nodding my head because I don't have the energy. Your parents know how to lift up your mood even in the slightest. And she did that in seconds and yeah, I'm very grateful for moments like that. But in the moment, I'm just like, I don't want to speak, I don't want to talk. I just want to chill, shower, eat my food, chill on my phone for a little bit and then go sleep. And that's literally what we did. We ate our food, chilled with mom for a little bit, watched TV, and then we were on our phone for a little bit and then went to sleep. And man, it's crazy that going to sleep is like you're letting that day like pass out, like you're letting it die so that you can restart again, make all things new. And sleeping is so underappreciated sometimes because when you wake up, it's literally a new day. What happened yesterday is like the past. It really is the past because it doesn't mean shit. And it's a new day, so you're like, you got something to look forward to in the new day. However, because it's the new day, new bullshit will come in your way. And you just have to keep going. But with all the bullshit that happened yesterday, you overcome the bullshit that happens today or tomorrow. So it's like, it's a whole lot of bullshit you just have to accept in a day that you just had to let it go. And that's something that I can find difficult because, boy, when I'm not in the mood, it's difficult for me to snap out or adapt into feeling better. And the main thing that makes me feel better is music, looking at pictures of like the family of when we were like from time ago, and just praying, looking at old family pictures and listening to music, or just watching concert videos. Those are the things that lift up my mood in seconds. I'm very grateful for the family. I'm just very grateful to just keep going. And I know this podcast may sound a bit corny as we start, but hey man, that's just what's going on in my mind. What we're going to talk about is the Grammys. The Grammys have started, and how much are Grammys tickets to go to the show? Because I know it's on February, it's the first Sunday of February, that's all I know. I think it's the 7th, I'm not sure, but it's on the start of February. A little £400 flight ticket, stay there for 2-3 days and then come back. Why not? You know, make the most of what we've got, make the most content and then come back home. However, what an admission. You see these perspective tees, they don't come easily and they're not cheap to make. So we've got to actually focus on what's actually important instead of just spontaneously going to different countries, even though we should do that because our time is not coming back. We're getting older every minute, every second without us even realizing. But anyway, the Grammys nominations, the nominations are out and we've got a lot to talk about, and I'm just gonna go over the list. Before we go over the list, I'm gonna just say The Weeknd got snubbed again. He really looks like a clown. He looks like a clown, bro. I'd be so butthurt if I was The Weeknd because of everything that happened with the Grammys this year. They made some sorry-ass apology saying, we care about our artists and we're sorry for what we did. They didn't even say sorry. They just basically, they were beating around the bush just to make The Weeknd feel better. They made him perform on stage and do his song, whatever they did. So obviously everyone's thinking, okay, they're gonna at least give him one nomination because they basically did this fake ass apology to make him feel better. And then out of nowhere for this Grammys, they did not nominate the guy. Hurry Up Tomorrow is one of the biggest albums that dropped this year. Not even just because it's the biggest, it's one of the best albums that dropped this year. And there's some albums that I'm not even gonna say don't deserve, because how am I gonna say that over someone else's work that they actually worked on? However, it does have a better sound than some albums that are or songs that are nominated, which is, I actually feel sorry for The Weeknd at this point because he does not need the Grammys. He is bigger than the Grammys, and it's tough how they're literally just gonna throw him under the bus. He's got the most monthly listeners and they literally threw him under the bus. To be fair, sometimes I think, is he buying bots? Is he doing everything with bots? But he's got a big coat, so I don't think it can be. But sometimes it can be a bit sus, because how are Grammys not going to actually acknowledge him and actually give him a nomination for at least Hurry Up Tomorrow, bro? It's a very sus. The tour that he did was crazy, and I understand popularity does not mean anything, but if it's popular for a reason, then surely it should be nominated. Like, if you're going to easily put in Sabrina Carpenter, then you can easily put in The Weeknd. Like, come on now. It just does not make sense to me. They done broski dirty. At least for the Brit Awards, at least give that man a nomination or something with Timeless, Hurry Up Tomorrow or something, because, man, they can't keep doing that to the broski. They can't. They actually cannot. But anywho, let's move on to the nominations. I'm tapped into chart data. That's how I get all this music knowledge from. Best Pop Vocal Album nominees. And they put Swag by Justin Bieber, Man's Best Friend by Sabrina Carpenter, Something Beautiful by Miley Cyrus, Mayhem by Lady Gaga, and I've Tried Everything But Therapy Part 2 by Teddy Swims. Shout out to Lady Gaga, because we saw her at Coachella this year. She's a very good performer. So let alone from that, she deserves it, you know what I mean? Because her performance is good. I'm not sure about the album, but I'll give it to her as an overall artist and performer. The album that I enjoyed the most, I'll be honest, Swag. Swag is a good album, and it's mad that he's been nominated for the Grammys. It's been a while, but yeah, I'll give it to Justin Bieber. Man's Best Friend, though, it is a good album. Shout out to Sabrina Carpenter. There's one song on there that I really like. I think it's like called Sugar something. Sugar Talking. That one there, fire. But I'll give it to Justin Bieber because Swag is a good album. However, I do feel like there's a bit too many There's too many songs on it that it just does not need that much. My favorite song on Swag is Walking Away. You know, the one's like, baby, I ain't walking away. You are my diamond. Walking Away is fire. That's my favorite one. And then it goes to Best R&B Performance nominee. Justin Bieber's back again with Yukon, which is a good song, but I don't think it's anything crazy for it to be. But anywho, popularity, it gets nominated, but they're not going to put The Weeknd. Cool. Justin Bieber, Yukon, It Depends by Chris Brown and Bryson Tiller. And that is a good song. I'm actually surprised it got nominated because it came out like middle of the year, middle of summer. But I'm surprised that they're actually starting to give Chris Brown nominations now. Like after they did Residuals, which it fully deserved to win that Grammy because it's one of the best songs that he's ever done. Such a good song. But yeah, it is a good song to be fair. And then Folded by Kalani, Valid. I don't think I've ever heard that song, despite how big and major it is now. I've never actually fully listened to it. Mutt by Leon Thomas, Valid. And then Heart of a Woman by Summer Walker. Cool. Cool. Honestly, I'll give it to Leon Thomas. He's literally songwritten so many of the big songs that he deserves his music to actually be awarded for a Grammy. So I'll give it to Leon Thomas. Best country solo performance. Anything that has the Formula One movie, give it to that film, bro, because the Formula One movie is flames, bro. Best pop. By the way, best pop duo. Golden by Hunter. And honestly, with the way that film is going, I mean, that it's a film, right? The way that film went on Netflix, I wouldn't be surprised if that wins. APT by Rose and Bruno Mars. I think that song deserves to win because that song went crazy. And I know the K-pop stans go crazy. And Bruno Mars, he deserves that Grammy, bro. He's him. If he actually gets a Grammy for that, that would be crazy. And then 30 for 30 by SZA and Kendrick Lamar. That song is not... I don't like that song. And for that, just... Kendrick just opened his mouth. Honestly, Kendrick just opened his mouth. And then it goes, Best Dance Pop Recording nominee. Midnight Sun by Zara Lawson. Shout out to her. That's her first Grammy nomination, and she's been in the game for time. Illegal by Pink Pantheress. Valid because her album is actually really good. Abracadabra by Lady Gaga, and Just Keep Watching by Tate McRae. And honestly, I'll give it to Tate McRae just because it's an F1 film. If not, nah. Bro, the Formula One film, yeah, is a really good film. I really like that film. It's one of my favourite films that's dropped this year. Or I'll give it to Pink Pantheress. You know, Pink Pantheress, let the UK have their throne for a little bit. You know what I mean? Best melodic performance. Best melodic rap performance. Proud of Me by Friday and Meek Mill. I'm actually sick of that song because you know how when like people have accomplished something, or every footballer, or just any athlete, they just love to put songs like that. They either put that one or the Let It All Work Out. Like it's either one or the other. They just always put that song. I'm sick of that song. I'm actually sick of it. But it's good to see Friday and Meek Mill getting nominated because Meek Mill, oh man, he Wholeheartedly by Jid, Ty Dolla $ign and 6 Lack. Valid for Jid because his album was valid. Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Man, Somebody Who Loves Me by Pint Next Door and Drake. Valid. And honestly, they're just going to give it to Luther by Kendrick and SZA. Kendrick just opened his mouth, but it's good to see that Pint Next Door and Drake are nominated. And honestly, Grammys are so snobby. Grammys are so snobby because they're literally nominating Drake, right? When they literally had everyone gagging up on him at the Grammys last year. But now they want to nominate him. It really just does make it makes me look at the Grammy sideways after this year. It makes me look at them sideways. But anywho, we just know that they're going to give it to Luther. Best rap song nominee. And honestly, the first song, Anxiety by Dolce. Honestly, I don't like that song. It's okay to not like some songs, and I don't like it, but it's cool. Like, I like the concept and the sample that they use, but I just don't like the song. It sounds corny to me. Like, I like Dolce's music. She has way better songs than Anxiety, than The Birds Don't Sing, from Clips, Pusha T. That may be my favorite one on the album. Actually, either that or FICO. But that is a good song on the album because anything John Legend sings on, it just goes clear. Sticky by Tyler, the Creator. And Sticky is a good song. It's a good song to listen to while on a run or just working out because that shit goes crazy. Honestly, you need to listen to that song when you're working out. And then you got Glorilla with TGI Friday, which is, it's 7 p.m. Friday, it's 95 degrees. You know, that is, it's a valid song. It's a valid song. And then Turn the TV Off by Kendrick. But if you was to ask me which song I prefer, I'll actually give it to Tyler, the Creator with Sticky. Because that song is really good. Sticky is a really good song. And Lil Wayne had a really good verse. So it's mad how Tyler, the Creator Tyler, the Creator brings the best performances out of Lil Wayne. Hot Wind Blows and Sticky. One of Lil Wayne's best rap performances he's ever done in a while. And it just happens to be for Tyler, the Creator song. But yeah, I'll give it to Sticky. Fuck TV Off. Nah, TV Off is a good song, but I just don't like the second part. You know, the first part is really good. It's not enough, ayy. Like, it's really good. Like, that part is really good, but I just don't like the second part. Not at all. And then it gets interesting. Best New Artist nominee, Olivia Dean. That's all I'm gonna say. Olivia Dean. Cat's Eye, I don't know who they are. Maria's, Addison Rae, Somber, Leon Thomas, Alex Warren, and Lola Young. It's a valid list. Majority of the people are not new artists though. Like Olivia Dean is not a new artist. It's just that she had the biggest breakthrough. I think they need to have that as a category because she's had the best breakthrough out of all of them. You can't even cap. She's had the best breakthrough out of every single artist on that list. Like Leon Thomas, he's had a really good one. Like he's actually second best on there. But I'll give it to Olivia Dean. And if it sounds like I'm glazing, let it glaze. Because, her music and her album is top tier. I may have to listen to Cat's Eye because I don't know who they are. It's a female group, but I've never listened to their music. Literally. Lola Young, you know, valid. Because I'm so messy. You know, valid. And Addison Rae. That's actually crazy. Coming from TikTok to be getting nominated from TikTok to nominated for a Grammy. Fairs. Makes me want to step up my game. Real. Best remixed recording. Alright, let's get this shit. So, Abracadabra, but it's with, I don't know how I pronounce his name. It's that French DJ that did the song for The Weeknd. I wanna have you go with the lights on. That song. Or a few songs on My Dear Melancholy. I Was Never There and Hurt You. Don't Forget Us, Mariah Carey and Kate Chenada. You know, I'm just gonna give it to them, mate. Best dance / electronic album. Fred Again with 10 Days, Pink Panthers with Fancy That, Skrillex with his album, and Rufus Du Sol. And honestly, Fred Again deserves that album. However, that album, 10 Days dropped in September last year. So, and the Grammys, they cut off so valid, but is it really? I'll give it to Fred Again for 10 Days. However, USB is but 10 Days has phenomenal songs. The song 10 Days, Adore You. There's a few songs on the album and Places to Be. Places to Be is a phenomenal song to listen to while on a run. But yeah, but now I'll give it to Fred Again. But Pink Panther is valid, very valid. Then you go to Best Rap Album nominee. Let God Sort 'Em Out, Glorious by Glorilla, Jid, God Does Like Ugly, Fairs, GNX by Kendrick, and Chromacopia by Tyler, the Creator. And if you were to ask me which album I like the most out of all of them, I'll give it to Tyler. Chromacopia is a better album. It's an album that I'd rather like. Clips is a good album, right? The Let God Sort 'Em Out. It's a good album. I wouldn't give it the best rap album. I'm surprised that Music by Carti is not nominated because I'm actually surprised. It's mad because Music came out at the start of the year, first quarter. Jid's album came out last. And it's mad that album just got nominated quickly before they've seen the tour. I don't know, but I think Music should have been on that list at least, but they don't care about Carti at all. They really do not care about him because he's not got one nomination. Not one, which is tough. Then it goes Best Album nominee. And this is the list that I like right here. Beloved by Giveon. Yep. Beloved by Giveon. I'm telling you, it's a really good album. Really, really good album that I'll give it to Beloved. I don't care about all of them. Why Not More by Coco Jones? Is it just me? I feel like they just put Coco Jones in any any Grammy nominations. She's literally like Kendrick, bro, when they just put her into any list. Tiana Taylor with Escape Room. I still need to listen to the album. And Mutt by Leon Thomas. Very valid, but I'll give it to Giveon because that album is fire. Word Poetry, not first. Best Rock Album, not first. Give it to Linkin Park, mate. Or Hayley Williams because we have the same name. Twinsky. Best Pop Solo Performance nominee. Daisies by Justin Bieber. Manchild by Sabrina Carpenter. Disease by Lady Gaga. Messy by Lola Young. And Subway by Chapel Rowan. And honestly, give it to Daisies because, bro, my mum loves that song. And Miggy has credits on that song. So anything with Miggy, give it to them. So I'm giving it to Daisies because that is a good song. Best Dance Electronic Recording nominee. And this is where it gets interesting. No Cap by Disclosure and Anderson .Paak. I've listened to that song and I'm not a fan of it, but fair enough. Victory Lap by Fred again, Skepta and Platboy Max. Shout out to Platboy Max. And the winner is Platboy Max. Bro, he's on a generational run. And honestly, Victory Lap is a really good song that it deserves to win because it really is the best song on there. Space Invader by Kate Trinada. Kate Trinada, valid, shout out to him. End of Summer by Tame Impala. He's made better songs. That should not, I don't think that deserves to, I can't say it does not deserve, but it's not, I don't like the song. There's better songs on that album than End of Summer. But hey, I think just because it was the single and the album released not long ago, so fair. Then it goes to Best Progressive R&B Album. Access All Areas, AAA by Flo. I don't know anyone else. Oh, Love on Digital by Destin Conrad. Destin Conrad. Give it to Flo. UK stand up! Type shit. Best R&B rap song. And then it's Folded by Kalani. Fairs. Heart of a Woman by Summer Walker. She's made better music. So for that song to be nominated, man, it burns my skin because, bro, she's had better songs than Heart of a Woman. The Heart of a Woman is not even that much of a good song. I love Summer Walker, though. But not that one. It Depends by Chris Brown. Overqualified by Duran. I've never heard that song. And Yes It Is by Leon Thomas. Honestly, give it to either It Depends. Give it to Chris Brown or Leon Thomas. Because Yes It Is a really good song. Actually, Yes It Is I'll give it to Yes It Is. I have a feeling that Leon Thomas is going to sweep it up. And honestly, it's about damn time because he's been in the game for a while. And this is Best Rap Performance nomination. Outside by Cardi B. Womp. Chains and Whips by Clips, and that's the one with Pharrell Williams and Kendrick. Anxiety by Doechii. Womp. TV Off by Kendrick. Womp. Darling I by Tyler. Womp. And if you're going to ask me which one I'm saying, darling, I keep falling in love. Giving it to Tyler. I just think there's a common theme here. There's such a common theme here, bro. Such a common theme. Where's Carti's music, bro? At least put Rather Lie. Like, Best Rap Performance. Rather Lie is a really good song. Best Traditional Performance. Hope We Are by Duran Bernard. I'm actually going to have to, Bernard. I'm actually going to have to listen to his music because I've never heard his music. Uptown by Lala. I don't know her. Love You Too by Ledisi. Never heard of music. Cry Baby by SZA. Vibes Don't Lie by Leon Thomas. Honestly, give it to Cry Baby because that is a sensational song. Maybe, and all I seem to do is get in my way, then blame you is. Yeah, man. You didn't need to hear that, but I just wanted to do it anyway. And this is the Song of the Year. Wow. Song of the Year. Golden by Hunter. Fairs. APT by Rose and Bruno Mars. Fairs. Abracadabra by Lady Gaga. Fairs. Anxiety by Doechii. Womp. DTMF. Fairs. It's a good song. Luther by Kendrick and SZA. Womp. Manchild by Sabrina. Meh. Wildflower by Billie Eilish. I've got a bone to pick here. Why is it actually that they want to nominate Wildflower as the Song of the Year when the album came out last year before the cutoff of the Grammy nominations? They realised that they snubbed the heck out of Billie Eilish with the Grammys this year. They snubbed her because It's her best album she's ever done. But they had the audacity to not, because she's already got so many Grammys, like, nah, she can chill. But no, they actually, Wildflower is the best song on that list. It deserves that Grammy. But it just did not release this year. Did it really? I don't know if it released as a single or something, but it released last year on an album. I don't know how the Grammys and all these things work, but give it to Billie Eilish, bro. Let her redeem her work, bro. Best traditional pop vocal album, Harley Quinn by Lady Gaga. Fairs. Give it to her, bro. Give it to Lady Gaga. She's having a phenomenal run with these nominations. Best African music performance, Love by Burna Boy, With You by Davido, Gimme That by Aerostar, Wizkid, Push to Start by Tyler. You know what? Push to Start is a really good song. It's a really good song, but it's very generic. Give it to Burna Boy. Best global music album, No Sign of Weakness by Burna Boy. Fairs. Give it to Burna Boy because I don't know any other album. Best reggae album. Hey, shout out to Vibes Cartel. Vibes Cartel being nominated is crazy, but give it to him, bro. Give it to him. Best song written for visual nominees. Either Tron, Golden by K-pop, Sinners, Sinners, Sinners. Feck. Bro, that's crazy. Alright, then give it to Sinners then. Sheesh, if you want Sinners to win so much, then give it to Sinners, bro. Best music film performance. Best music film. Either Ray or Pharrell Williams, Piece by Piece. Relentless by Deanne Warren. Bro, give it to Ray. Give it to Ray. I don't care, give it to Ray. Her music deserves everything. Record of the year, Abracadabra, Anxiety, AP. There's such a common theme here, bro. Luther, Wildflower. Honestly, give it to Billie Eilish, bro. Or if not, give it to Bad Bunny. But I just know that they're gonna give something to Kendrick. They're going to. Best rock song, bro. Give it to Youngblood. Best alternative music album, Don't Tap the Glass. Fairs. Ego Death at Bachelor Party. Shout out to Haley. Sable Fable by Bon Iver. Or Moisturizer by Wet Leg. Or Songs of a Lost World by The Cure. Honestly, give it to Bon Iver because I love Bon Iver. I need to tap into his music fully. But I've heard a couple songs from him off that album. Fire. And this is album of the year. Swag, Mayhem, Shoulda Kept My Phone at Home by Bad Bunny. That's what that album means. I can't be bothered to say. I don't know how. All I'll say is photos. Bad Bunny, Man's Best Friend, Let God Sort Him Out, GNX, Mutt, Leon Thomas. And it's crazy that this is the most rap albums that has been on a album of the year. And honestly, give it to Sabrina. Honestly, I don't know. The one that I enjoy the most, honestly, I'll say Chromacopia. I really like that album. Even though I don't listen to it as much, give it to Chromacopia. If they give it to Kendrick, bro, I'm screwing the place down. Bad Bunny deserves his album. Best global music performance, yeah, give it to Bad Bunny. And they did the best album cover nominee, which is actually sick. Shout out to them for doing that best album cover. So they did Wet Leg, they did Bad Bunny, and honestly, for Bad Bunny's album to have a music... them giving the nomination for Bad Bunnies when there's literally... How many chairs is there? 2. For just having chairs in the background and trees. There's nobody in the album cover, just trees and a chair. 2 chairs. And for that, it really shows that you can actually make anything possible. But anyway, I'll give it to Chromacopia because them giving it to... Wow. Anyway, best music video, Sabrina Carpenter, Clips, Dolce. You know, give it to Dolce because it's a good music video. Best urban album, give it to Bad Bunny, mate. Honestly, his tour that he's on, it looks amazing. It may be the best tour that I've seen in terms of its stage set. It looks sick because it looks like a jungle. Honestly, best soundtrack, give it to Severance, mate. Severance is such a good show. Best country song, give it to Shabuzi because they snubbed him last year for Bar Tipsy Song. Shout out to Grace Abraham for no nomination. She deserves it, but you know. Best soundtrack, It's either a Formula One album, Complete Unknown. Sh- Shout out to him. Sinners, Wicked, or K-pop. That's a good list. And honestly, they're gonna give it to K-pop because the way that album has been going crazy. However, I'd give it to Formula One. Now it's just like the nominations that I don't, not really tapped into like that. Best comedy, Jamie Foxx. Give it to my man, bro. That sounds so sus. Best gospel album. There's such a cheat code here. If you want to go far and make a gospel album, mate, you'll get a Grammy. Now, shout out to Platboy Max for getting a Grammy nomination, bro. Lord having no Grammy nominations crazy, and the fact that she's still in her 20s is mad. I thought she'd be in her like 30s or something because she's been in the game for time. Tate McRae having a first nomination, valid. Flo having their first nomination, valid. Bro, Flo, yeah. They're such a good looking group. Especially Renee. That's her name, right? The brown skin girl, bro. Her. Wow. It may not be the best picture to look like she does look pretty in that, but bro, she's so lame. I'll give it to I swear we have the same birthday. I used to have a I used to have a crush on the taller girl. I don't know her name. She's really pretty though. But I'll give it to I'll give it to Renee. Thing is with the taller girl, she has this like chin thing. Nah, I don't know her name. She is pretty, the one in the middle. But I'll give it to I'll wow. Wow. Kendrick Lamar being nominated for 9 Grammys, shock. Lady Gaga being nominated for seven nominees, valid. Omar being nominated for a Grammy, valid. I think that's it. Kendrick just up in his mouth. They snubbed the heck out of The Weeknd. That's my conclusion. They snubbed the crap out of The Weeknd, bro, because he deserves a Grammy. And they said, yep, we're not going to give him nothing. And the few albums, I'm surprised that there's no Sam Fender album there. What other albums have dropped this year that I really enjoyed that deserve a Grammy or something? Now, you know what? They were kind of spot on with the albums this year. Were they? No, because Hope Tomorrow and Music deserves a nomination. But they just decided not even to acknowledge Broski. They decided not even to acknowledge it. What other album dropped this year? Bro, give it to Jim Legacy. Where's his album nomination? Or Loyal Corner. Where's his nomination? Honestly. Or at least Amine with his album. His album was... That's so true. Amine dropped a really good album, but no nominations there. Or at least Larry June and 2 Chainz with Life is Beautiful. Honestly, they snubbed quite a few artists, bro. But The Weeknd got the biggest one. And I feel sorry for Broski because that's a good album, bro. That's such a good album. But, womp womp, it's the Grammys. We will be there to watch. I don't know actually, we will be there. Who knows? If anyone knows anyone that works at the Grammys that could give us a ticket to go there and just to record our shit, meet everyone, meet our artists, meet all them other artists, valid. It's crazy as well. Travis Scott put the consideration for Jack Boys to be nominated for Grammy. Thank God it didn't get nominated because it doesn't deserve. I can't say that. But anyway, moving on to Travis. He's been touring right now, and he's still doing his Circus Maximus tour, which he's been doing since the back end of 2023. But obviously, he's been doing it as an actual world tour. If you want to know what a world tour is, look at Travis's Circus Maximus tour because he's literally done not all of them, but majority of the continents: North America, South America, Asia, Australia, Europe, and Africa. Broski basically did all of them, honestly. So kudos to him because not a lot of artists do that other than Coldplay. Coldplay do that. But yeah, anywho, this is the problem here that has happened. He did his tour, right? He did a show in Tokyo. And I really wish I was there because it looked sick. He did his normal set list, right? He played, thank God. Bro, he brought out Stormy. Shout out to Stormy because, bro, the part was like, Storm's a minor, but you know she'll live in major. That's right, daddy. Broski got her to sing that part. That's such a full circle moment. And you realize that Stormy is actually a rager. Like whatever Travis does, bro, Stormy would do the exact same thing, jumping around and all that shit. Like, shout out to her for real. But yeah, honestly, that was actually nice to see. So then he brought Stormy, they performed, well, she said her one-liner. And then Broski brings out Kanye. And honestly, shout out to Kanye. But the industry is very weird. Like, everyone, you could either love him or hate him. Everyone will hate him and then everyone will love him. And it's just mad. But yeah, he did his set list and he played Through the Wire. And he played a lot of songs that he hasn't performed in a while. So shout out to Travis for actually bringing him out. And you realize that it's only Travis that brings out Kanye. I don't even think Carti has brought him out. But it's always... Actually, he has, I think. Yeah, I think he has. But it's always Travis that would bring him out because he brought him out last time for his tour, Circus Maximus tour last year. And then he's brought him out again, but in Tokyo, which is crazy. But yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to Kanye. He's always going to be on his thing, even when his music is dying down. But his legacy will always continue. I actually don't know about that, man. I just hope he's, like, doing well. I hope he's doing well. I've been in this limbo of, like, what do I do? What do I create? What do I do? And it's to the point that it's like, let's just focus on what actually matters and just get everything going. It's got to a point where we just have to focus on what matters. And some things, you just have to make changes. With like TikTok, it's very short term with a lot of things that you just can't keep doing the same thing. And I get annoyed when things don't work out like they used to. And it's my problem because I have a hard time with change in terms of just creative work, and whatever works, you got to keep it that way, but it just can't work that way. And you got to keep going, you got to keep changing because that's how the way things work, and you just have to accept it really. And that's a limbo that I've been under recently. But overall, mentally, surviving and thriving day by day. You know, I hope everyone's doing well. I hope everyone's doing the best that they can. I'm feeling very motivated and eager to just dominate and to just live. We have Perspective dropping soon. Dates will be out very soon. Wait on me because we will be dropping very soon. You know, I'm just living and chilling at this point. There's nothing crazy going on in my life other than just work and creating content that is like, this is really what the 20s is about, bro. Working, creating what you love to do and just getting yourself out there. And if it makes you look like an idiot, bro, at least we can have a story to tell to our kids. You know, make the most of the time you got to tell your kids, like, this is the actual dad law. Like, we're living in our eras where we're living in our story that when we're older, we'll tell our kids that you see when our parents tell their stories when we're growing up. Like, we will have stories to tell. So, yeah, don't forget to live your life and just to get out there because life is just weird. It's a mental game. It really is a mental game. Get yourself on a walk, work out with your friends, whatever business you want to do that. Travel, do that. I'm still reading Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. And the main thing that is I'm gaining from that book is to get yourself out there, do what you love to do, be delusional, one day at a time, stay patient and do not stop. Don't let anything get in your way. If you have any anger, let that emotion come out because you need that. You need to let your emotions come out, but in the best way possible, of course. I'm still waiting on my Dave album vinyl. I'm still waiting on my vinyl. It hasn't arrived yet, so I'm a bit concerned, but hey, womp. Big womp. How can we get tickets for the World Cup? You know what, we may as well just end this podcast right here. Honestly, bro. Yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. Make sure you're getting the workouts going. Stay tuned for more episodes. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe. Stay tuned because every single one of you, you're the GOATs. Every single one of you. Every single one. Hope you've enjoyed this episode and I'll see you guys next week.